ọjọ́ sì pé ọjọ́ sì kù. Ẹ tó fún wa ní àánú ìrìn àjò látọ̀nà tó jìnnà àti tòsí. Torí náà a mú ọpẹ́ wa ni. Bàbá lórúkọ Jésù Kristi gba ọpẹ́ wa. Ẹlẹ́dàá Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè a fi ọjọ́ òní lé yín lọ́wọ́. Ọjọ́ dé ọjọ́ ń fọhùn. Ọjọ́ òní ẹ jẹ́ kó fọ rere fún wa o. Ọjọ́ òní ẹ jẹ́ kó fọ rere fún wa. N tá ń béèrè fún ni pé kẹ́ ẹ gbàṣàkóso ọjọ́ òní àti gbogbo ètò tí a ó ṣe lónìí lórúkọ Jésù Kristi ẹ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa. Ìránṣẹ́ kan kò gbọ́dọ̀ dí mi lọ́wọ́. A gbàdúrà pé gbogbo agbára tó lòdì sí agbára Ọlọ́run lónìí yìí kí wọ́n wọlé lọ. Kí agbára Ọlọ́run lórúkọ Jésù kó sọ̀kalẹ̀ síbí. Ẹ̀mí Ọlọ́run kó sọ̀kalẹ̀ síbí. Gbogbo ẹni tí a wà lórí ètò pátápátá lórúkọ Jésù gbàṣàkóso pátápátá. Ògo ni fọ́lọ́run lókè ọ̀run. Gómìnà wa lórúkọ Jésù ẹ máa wí, ẹ máa sọ. Bàbá wa àgbà Olúṣẹ́gun Ọbásanjọ́ ẹ máa sọ, ẹ máa tó. Bàbá Ọlọ́run ètò onídọ́wọ́ yín o. Ẹlẹ́dàá Ọlọ́run aṣẹ̀dá Olódùmarè tó ní ohun gbogbo lódùlódù gbàṣàkóso ohun gbogbo lópin ohun gbogbo àtúmọ̀pẹ́ wá lórúkọ Jésù Kristi Olúwa wa.
Ìwúre ló kàn láti ẹnu bàbá wo Ifálékè Ifágbénró Mọ́gàjí wọ́n wúre nílànà tìbílẹ̀.
Eriwo ya eriwo fan ìṣòro ọpẹ́ ẹnlẹ́ o. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba Olódùmarè, ọba tó mú ọjọ́ òní tó mú pé. Ọpẹ́ ọ̀hún pàtàkì lọ́wọ́ asọ̀rọ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹni Ọlọ́run rán, ọ̀gá wa bàbá wa ẹnjìnìà Olúwaṣèyí Makinde tí Ọlọ́run fi ṣe gómìnà fún wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, tó jẹ́ ẹni tí sọ pé òun ó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a sì ń bá bẹ́ẹ̀. Olódùmarè ọba yóò jẹ́ kẹ́mi yín ogún o. Ẹ ní kú ní rèwerèwe, ẹ ní dàgbà sí èrè. Ifá ní ẹnu sà, babaláwo gbé lókìfá ọjọ́ kan fó gbé. Lọ́jọ́ tí wọ́n ní ògbé òní bẹ́sẹ̀ rẹ̀ járí. Ifá ní ọkọ òní mo kò kí ọkọ mọ́ bá járí. Olúwaṣèyí ọmọ Mákindé ẹ ó bá járí o. Àdá òní mo kò kí àdá má bá járí. Àfààrẹ kọjá náà ti nùnú rí. Bí kanakana bá fẹnu múgi kàṣà ìtọ́la dókè. Olódùmarè ọba yóò jẹ́ kẹ́ sí àṣeyọrí ń bẹ̀. Bàbá wa tó jẹ́ àlejò pàtàkì lónìí, Ẹbọra Òwu Òrógbòǹdù Great Òwu Heritage. Ọmọ Olówu náà ní kí bàbá rẹ̀ o. Bàbá mi Ọbásanjọ́ Àrẹ̀mú Òrógbòǹdù Ẹbọra Òwu. Orúkọ là á pe ọba aládé o. Kẹ́ ẹ pẹ́ bí mọ́pẹ́ ṣe é pẹ́. Kẹ́ ẹ dàgbà, kẹ́ ẹ dògbò, kẹ́ ẹ fọ́ páwú, kẹ́ ẹ fèrèkì jóbi. Àwa tún dúpẹ́ bí ọpẹ́ ṣe ń gorí ọpẹ́. Bàbá wa Ọbásanjọ́ Àrẹ̀mú, orúkọ ni wọ́n pe ọba aládé. Ẹ má pè mọ́ ọba yín lóyè, mo pè yín lórúkọ o. Bírú ẹ̀yin bá ṣe méjì máa làlùjá, bí kànáńgó bá ṣe méjì máa sì dẹni ọba. Ẹ gbó ẹ tọ́ o, ẹ ní kú ní rèwerèwe. Ẹ tún bá ní dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yín o. Olúwaṣèyí Mákindé Ifáṣèyí fún wa, ọmọ fún wa ní ọlùdé ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Bàbá mi Àrẹ̀mú ẹ bá ní dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yín o. Ó fún àwa, ó rántí àwa oníṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ náà, ó fún alọ́lùdé nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Gbogbo lọ́balọ́ba tó jórí adé Báṣọ̀run ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ ìbá o. Gbogbo lọ́balọ́ba tó jórí adé, gbogbo àwọn ọba tó wá láti ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn, mo kí gbogbo yín o. Ìyá wa Mutiat Ọládọjà, mo kí yín o. Ifá ní ọ̀nà tí a ṣí ní àkọ́kọ́ pààyè Olódùmarè ọba tó dá ayé ìgbà tó rán àwọn àṣẹ̀ṣe wá Ògún ní olùlànà tó mú ọkọ́ mú àdá tó la ọ̀nà fún gbarúmọlẹ̀ tó wálé ayé Ògún náà ní tọ̀nà dòní olónìí ọkọ̀ ò ní jáàmù lójú ọ̀nà yìí ọ̀nà yìí ò ní fẹ́jẹ̀ wẹ̀ Ifá wí ọjọ́ súrésúré ọjọ́ ọ̀gọ́jọ́ oṣù pọ̀sẹ̀sẹ̀ títí oṣù okóṣù lọ́nà ọmọdé ilé ṣeré wọn ò gbóhùn Ọlọ́run adébáfógún ẹlẹ́wù jẹ̀bútú ẹ̀jẹ̀mú olúwọ̀nrán njọ́ ti ń bẹ lórí kan ibùsùn kan òun lè là kóhun ó ní láárí kí gbogbo ayé gbòkìkì òun ní dábà sí ẹbọ wọn ni ó ṣe Ọ̀rúnmìlà dá fógún ọlà fógún Ògún wa lálàlà Ògún la gbábù Ògún wa bá Ọ̀rúnmìlà múlẹ̀ ní mọ́rẹ̀rẹ̀ àgbàdà ó lóun ò ní bínú kóhun ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ Ọ̀rúnmìlà láíláí gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tí bá ń tọ ọ̀nà Ifásọlá Ọ̀yọ́ Ifásọlá délùú Ìsẹ́yìn wọn ò ní jáàmù ọkọ̀ wọn ò ní dojúdé wọ́n máa lọ re wọ́n máa bọ̀ re ẹ̀ làbọ̀rú o ẹ̀ làbọ̀ yé.
Ẹ ṣeun.
ẹ ṣeun ẹ ṣeun.
Your Excellencies, distinguished and eminent personalities, the next thing on the agenda is to give honor to whom honor is due. And so without further ado, níbikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá wà ẹ jókòó ni ẹ nà dúró ni pẹ̀lú àtẹ́wọ́ ẹ bá mi fi kí ààrẹ àná fún wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ His Excellency Chief Dr. Olusegun Aremu Obasanjo GCFR. A round of applause for him, please. Our host here today, receiving the former president, is our own Tiwantiwa. I call him the 8th wonder of Oyo State. Please, with a round of applause, appreciate His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde, FNSC, DSC, GSSRS, Vice Chairman, Nigerian Governors Forum. Atewo yiyen oto. Seyi Eda. Oyolawa. Also here with us today, we have the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Barrister Abdurrahim Adebayo Lawal. Atewo Timonada. Thank you, core members. We have a former Deputy Governor here in Oyo State, His Excellency Engineer Hamid Badamosi. A wife of a former governor here in Oyo State, Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Mutiat Olayinka Ladoja. We have a former senior diplomat, Her Excellency Ambassador Aderonke Adefokwe. The Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly is here, ably represented by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mohammed Abiodun Fadeyi. Your Excellency, permit me to quickly recognize distinguished and eminent personalities on the entourage of the former president. I'd like to especially recognize Otumba Oyewole Fashawe. Elder Oladipupo Ibitoye is also here with us. You are most welcome, sirs. Your Excellency, we have our members of the Federal House of Representatives in Abuja here with us. Honorable Abbas Adigun Agbowori is here. Honorable Stanley Olajide Odidiomo is here. Honorable Shino Oyedeji is also here with us. And members of the Federal House of Reps, members of the Oyo State House of Assembly here present, you are most welcome. The Chief Judge of Oyo State, Honorable Justice Iyabo Yerima, is here with us. We have a former Chief Judge of Oyo State, Honorable Justice Adeniji Badejoko, retired. My mommy. We have a former Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly and a distinguished Senator, Senator Monsurat Somono. The Secretary to the State Government, Professor Olanike Adeyemo, is also here. The Chief of Staff to the Governor, Honorable Segun Ogunwi, is here. The Head of Service, Mrs. Olubumioni, MNI. We have distinguished senators here with us. Senator Ayola Guala is here. Senator Benga Babala is here. I can see clearly, seated in front, Barrister Ahmed Raji, SAN. I'd like to specially recognize the Honorable Commissioner for Public Works, Professor Makinde Shongodoyin, and all Honorable Commissioners here present. The Chairman, Oyo Algon, Honorable Sikiru Sonda, and all local government chairmen here present. Your Excellency, we have the GOC 2 Division, Nigerian Army, ably represented by the Brigadier General BMG Martins. We appreciate our royal fathers. Ariyo, so Tishetan, Ariyo Adegori Oyedio Bawa Seyi. I want to recognize the Southwest PDP ESCOs, PDP Oyo State Chairman, Honorable Dayo Gungbero, and all party ESCOs here present. All political office holders here present here in Oyo State, you are most welcome. The Honorable Minister of Works is here represented. I know His Excellency would have been expecting him because he extended an invite to him. But it's represented by Engineer Adeda Mola Kuti, the Director Highways for Southwest. You are most welcome, Engineer. At this juncture, I would like to hand over to Ariyo Adegorioye. Oya, Ariyo.
Ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni ó lè mọ èèyàn kì bí ọmọ èèyàn. Ọmọ èèyàn náà ló lè mórí kí ẹni dáadáa. Ọlọ́run ti fèdè Yorùbá kẹwàá nínú èyí tí ó ti dà tẹ́wọ́gbà jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáyé. Á kí àwọn bàbá wa orí adé ọ̀run lẹ̀kẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n rọra jókòó sí torí ibi gẹrẹjẹ là á gbágbà kábíyèsí. Ọlọ́run fún wa ní àwọn lọ́balọ́ba tí wọ́n pọ̀ dáadáa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n torí àkókò wa ní bínú. Á kí bàbá wa Olúgbọ́n ti orílẹ̀ Gbọ́n Ọba Francis Olúṣọlá Àlàó kábíyèsí o. Bákan náà la kí olú ti ìlú Gbọ́ra Ọba Jímọ̀ Ọlájídé títí lóye kábíyèsí bàbá. Àtúnkí ohun pétú ti Ìjẹ̀rù Ọba Sunday Ọládàpọ̀ Oyèdìran tọwọ́tọwọ́ la fi ń kí àwọn bàbá wa yìí kọ́lọ̀ jẹ́ àrí wọn pẹ́. Akí bí ó ti Ìlọ́ra Ọba Stephen Fẹ́mi Ọ̀párìndé. Bákan náà akí gbogbo àwọn ládéládé lóyè tí Ọlọ́run fi kẹ́ wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ torí pé tí a bá wo àkọsílẹ̀ yìí lẹ́kún torí Ọlọ́run mo ṣí fìlà fún orí adé torí àsìkò wa torí Ọlọ́run ẹ dákun a kì í lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn olórí ẹ̀sìn láwùjọ wa a kì í Chief Imam ti ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn Alhaji Dr. Bari wọ́n wà ní ọlọ́jà rí yín pẹ́. Bákan náà a kì í bàbá wa Bishop Moradeyo kọ́lọ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ pẹ́ fún wa. Bákan náà a kì í bàbá lọ́jà general ní gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbogbo ohun tí a pè ní ọrọ̀ ajé tí wọlé látọjà gbogbo ohun tí ọjà lè wí lónìí àwọn ni wọ́n wà ní ìsáàgì rẹ̀ bí àwọn èèyàn wa ti mọ̀ wí. Ó kí Alhaji Abdulyekin Abbas tí gbogbo èèyàn ń pè ní YK Abbas ọlọ́jà rí yín pẹ́. Bákan náà a kí àrólé bá Olúyọ̀lé wọ́n wà láàrin wa níyìn kọ́lọ́ jẹ́ ká rí yín pẹ́ bàbá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà a tún rí àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn láwùjọ wa. A sì kí gbogbo àwọn ọba tí wọ́n wá láti ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn kábíyèsí o kọ́lọ́ jẹ́ ká rí yín pẹ́ o. Bákan náà a kí ààrẹ àgbáríjọpọ̀ gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ bíbí ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn CCII wọ́n wà ní pẹ̀lú mi torí pé oyè wọ́n pọ̀ ó kọ wọ́n sì ní kì mí kí n má bàa gbójó fáìnà ni mo ṣe fi orúkọ oyè ń pè wọ́n torí àwọn oyè kan wà téèyàn ó bá pé a lọ a bọ̀ a sì gbàṣẹ. Mo kí ààrẹ CCII ọlọ́jẹ́ kẹ́ pẹ́ fún wa sà wọ́n wà láàrin wa. Bàbá olóyè àgbà Báyọ̀ Oyèrò a kí àwọn náà wọ́n wà ń bí. Gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n wà ń bí yóò wù mí kó jẹ́ pé tí orúkọ wọn bá dé ní ó lè pé torí èyàn ò gbọ́dọ̀ gọ̀ kó sí ó kọ bàbá rẹ̀ pé ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá àtòjú ọ̀nà ni ó ti jẹ gbadélé mo sì mọ̀ pé wọn ò ní fún mi lẹ́gba lónìí àti láéláé. A mọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú láti mọ̀ ṣe àfihàn àwọn èèyàn jàǹkàn yòókù ṣùgbọ́n fún àǹfààní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa fún ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ lórí móhùnmáwòrán àbíbikíbi tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ wa bí a ti ń ṣètò yìí lọ́wọ́ jákèjádò àgbáyé níbi tí àwọn èèyàn bá wà ni wọ́n ti rí wa wò látọjú òpó ìtọ̀nà ti BCOS iléeṣẹ́ rédíò àti tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tó ta kàn mọ́lẹ̀ lórí ta Basọ̀run. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa ní Ajílétí FM Olúyọ̀lé FM Òkè Ògùn FM lábẹ́ ìdarí ọ̀gá wa alága àgbà fún ikọ̀ tó ń mójútó BCOS olóyè Dọ̀tun Ọláìtàn, àwọn náà wà ní pẹ̀lú mi, wọ́n wà ní pẹ̀lú mi. Gbogbo ojú ayélujára tó jẹ́ ti BCOS lẹ́tí lè rí wa, ẹ wò ní YouTube ẹ kàn sí, Facebook ẹ kàn sí, Tugo ẹ kàn sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Your Excellencies, distinguished and eminent personalities, we proceed with today's event. And I want to specially apologize on behalf of Baba Archbishop Ayo Ladigbolu. We understand he was caught up in traffic. And so we'll move over to the next one. Baba is here. Baba is here. For welcome to Oyo Alaafin, please make welcome to the microphone. Bishop Ayo Ladigbolu. No better person to welcome you to Oyo than Baba.
Welcome to Oyo. A welcome address on behalf of His Imperial Majesty Iku Baba Yeye the Alaafin of Oyo, Obas, local government chairmen, the Oyomesi, Baales, chiefs, and the entire people of Oyo metropolitan community at the commissioning of the 34.85 kilometers Oyo Iseyin Road project on the 15th of September 2023 by His Excellency Chief Dr. Olusegun Okikiola Aremu Obasanjo, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. But there is an anthem composed by the Oyo people in appreciation of our governor. And I would like to sing that anthem before I proceed any further. I will request all Oyo indigenes who are here to please stand as we sing this song in honor of our governor. Adúpẹ́, àwa yìn ọ́ o. Adúpẹ́, àwa yìn ọ́ o. Gómìnà tí ń ṣẹ̀kún dẹ̀rín, ìwọ la bá múlẹ̀ o. Adúpẹ́, àwa yìn ọ́ o. Adúpẹ́, àwa yìn ọ́ o. Gómìnà tí ń ṣẹ̀kún dẹ̀rín, ìwọ la bá múlẹ̀ o. My major task at this joyous and memorable occasion is to welcome Your Excellencies to Oyo land and to express our community's profound gratitude to our revered father and role model, the former head of state and former President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Dr. Olusegun Okikiola Aremu Obasanjo, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, for honoring our governor and the entire people of Oyo State with his distinguished presence at this historic event. Thank you, Baba, for identifying with the momentous and progressive achievements of the Omitotun era. It is a mighty honor to have our Babanla here in person to commission a major link road between Oyo South and North divisions, Ogun State, Northern states, and some of the border towns of our West African neighboring countries. I must pause here for a moment to acknowledge the unsurpassable roles Baba Obasanjo has played and continues to play in the good governance of our motherland and in the maintenance of peace in Africa and in better human understanding at the global level. And I would like to do this with a song. Obasanjo ṣe kí Sani tìjọba o. Alárẹ̀mú ṣe kí Sani tìjọba. Mo ní Ọbásanjọ́ ṣe kí Sani tìjọba. Ẹbọra Òwú ṣe kí Sani tìjọba. Ó ti bá Jésù múlẹ̀ ló fi ń ṣe ń tólúfẹ́. Kò gbowó kò gbòbì kó tó ṣoore fáráyé o. Alárẹ̀mú ṣe kí Sani tìjọba. It is appropriate at this special occasion to recall with nostalgia our sweet memories of His Imperial Majesty Ikú Baba Yeye Ọba Dr. Lamidi Ọláyíwọlá Àtàndá Adéyẹmí III Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ 1971 to 2022. I am recalling his tireless efforts and great concern for the progress and general development of all of Oyo land. Kábíyèsí was so passionate about the Oyo-Iseyin road and its deplorable, almost unmotorable state 4 years ago that His Majesty sought for a private audience with His Excellency Governor Seyi in Ibadan on Saturday, 31st October 2020. At that crucial meeting, both Kábíyèsí and the governor agreed on the need to fix this road. And our promise keeper, secondary governor, gave Kábíyèsí a definite assurance that, and I'm almost quoting him, as soon as the contractor handling the Maniya Iseyin Road project has completed the road to Iseyin, I will order them to turn round and face Oyo Iseyin Road. I am one of those who have been monitoring the fulfillment of that promise. I am happy and proud to be a participant in the full realization and utilization of this brand new modern road linking Oyo to Iseyin, another part of our great nation and beyond today. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé o ní láyíwọ̀lá o. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé lọ́ba láyíwọ̀lá. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé lọ́ba láìwọ̀lá o. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé lọ́ba láìwọ̀lá. Ó ń bẹ láyé ó ṣayé lóore. Aláàfin pẹ̀yìn dà ó kórè dàálẹ̀ o. Alọ́mọ ṣe gbàgbé ládé ẹ̀mí. We are happy today because we realize that roads remain the backbone of a country's economy. Roads make countries livable. Roads open up more areas and stimulate all forms of development. Yes, roads. They provide flexibility, mobility, opportunities, and leisure. Roads connect people. For these and other reasons, road infrastructure is the most important of all public assets. Therefore, all of us in Oyo North and South divisions of Oyo State, our counterparts in Ibarapa, and our compatriots in Ogun State are grateful. Grateful indeed to Governor Seyi Makinde for giving the deserved attention and priority to the rehabilitation and construction of both township and interstate roads all over Oyo State. The commissioning of the Gedu Sabo Ashipa Road in company of the Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abukadri Mohammed, on 17th March 2022 is still very fresh in our memory. We know the whole world will soon marvel at the ongoing Ibadan Circular Road, now under speedy construction by this same administration. Alayande University of Education, Oyo, is a thrilling and exciting icing on the cake for qualitative education in Oyo State and Oyo land. We are eternally grateful to Your Excellency for affirming the reality with your recent appointment of a Vice Chancellor for this citadel of Nali. We assure Your Excellency and the University Administration of our community's fullest support and cooperation at all times. Governor Seyi Makinde has never hidden his affection for Oyo. His restoration of Akesan Baale Oja to greater glory remains a living testimony to his love both for our economy and our cultural heritage. His government's encouragement and support for our 132/33 kV transmission station at Oluewu village cannot be quantified. And of course, all of us gathered here, I want to assure you that a visit to Fashola will convince doubters about the quiet but impactful agro-industrial business reorientation and revolution going on in Oyo State. Finally, we want to thank our governor for his frankness and principled determination to tell us the truth at all times. We love you for a style of governance that seeks to leave no one behind. We have pledged our loyalty. We will not renege. Adúpẹ́ Ọ̀yọ́ yìn ọ́ o. Adúpẹ́ Ọ̀yọ́ yìn ọ́ o. Gómìnà tí ń ṣẹ̀kúndẹ̀rín ìwọ la bá múlẹ̀ o. àdúpẹ́. Ọ̀yọ́ yìn ọ́ o, àdúpẹ́. Ọ̀yọ́
yìn ọ́ o, gómìnà tí ń ṣẹ̀kúndẹ̀rín ìwọ́lá. Ẹ jẹ́ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún bàbá.
Ẹ ṣeun, sir. Your Excellencies, distinguished and eminent personalities, we proceed with today's event. And I'd like to invite the Honorable Commissioner for Public Works and Transport, Professor D.K. Shangodoyin, for an overview of the project.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, Chief Dr. Obasanjo, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Makinde, FNSC, DSC, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Barrister Adebayo Adeleke Lawal, please kindly permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I am most delighted to welcome you all to the official commissioning of the 34.85 rehabilitation of Oyo and the construction of Oyo Fashola Iseyin Road, which commences on the 29th of June 2021, and it was awarded to Messrs. Copac Construction Limited through our alternative project funding approach at a total sum of 9.99 billion naira. I wish to state categorically that this road is very important to Oyo State economy because it's the shortest existing asphalt concrete surface, single carriage linking Oyo and Iseyin Township, and it's also the only link through which Fashola agribusiness industrial hub could be accessed. The road, which consists of 7.3 meters carriageway with hot rolled asphalt concrete surfacing and a 2.75 meter surface dressed soldiers on both sides. The major features of this road include site clearance, scarification of existing failed asphaltic portion of the road, earthworks, provisions and installation on a covered reinforced concrete line drain, construction of box culvert of various sizes, construction of a 3 by 15 meters span bridge over River Ogun, and provision of stone pitching at the inlets and outlets of the hydraulic structures, 200 mm sub-base, as well as 200 mm cross stone base, a 60 mm thick asphaltic concrete wearing course, single coat surface dressing on soldiers, laying of precast concrete caps at junctions, lay-by and road edges, road furniture including road markings, erection of road signs and kilometer posts. The successful completion of this road has brought to fruition today, the 15th day of September 2023, the vision of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, to make farming and agribusiness along the road corridor to thrive. Completion of the road has also made the Fashola agribusiness industrial hub and other businesses concerned along the road corridor to be accessible through all-weather friendly road. At this juncture, I wish to express my sincere appreciation and that of the staff of the Ministry of Public Water and Transport, Oyo State, to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, FNSC, DSC, for his vision and unflinching support in the execution of this project. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the greatest honor of welcoming you all to the official commissioning of the construction and rehabilitation of Oyo Fashola Iseyin Road project, 34.85 kilometers. Thank you all and God bless.
A round of applause for the Honorable Commissioner for Public Works and Transport, Professor Makinde Dahoud Shongodoye. We'll go straight to the project presentation, which will be handled by Mr. Isam Fegali, MD Copec Construction Limited. Mr. Isam Fegali.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, representative of the Honorable Minister of Works, all traditional rulers, officials, dignitaries here present, all protocols observed. Good morning, everyone. Here we are today to commission another legacy project initiated and completed under the leadership of His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, the Executive Governor of Oyo State. The project was awarded in late July 2021, but couldn't take off properly until late November of the same year because of the requirements and documentation with the Federal Ministry of Works being a federal route. In fact, this is another promise kept by His Excellency that he was ready to fix and construct any road that is of benefit to the citizens of Oyo State and to the economy of the state, regardless of being a federal, state, or local government road. The road project consists of a 34.85 kilometers linking the towns of Oyo and Iseyin, inclusive of a 3-span bridge, all constructed to the highest standard as witnessed by the commuters plying the road presently. In fact, this construction didn't come without its challenges, especially the high inflation, which has affected the high price of building materials, spare parts, lubricants, diesel, fuel, to mention few. Allow me to thank the officials of the Ministry of Works, officials of OISIPA for their effective and constructive supervision during the construction. Also, I want to thank the host communities along the road corridor for their hospitality, their assistance, and especially their patience during the construction. Finally, let me thank you once again, Your Excellency, for the trust you bestowed on our company, and I want to assure you that we are always going to be ready anytime you call on us in the future. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Isam Fegali. We'll go straight to the next thing, and that's a video projection of the project. Is the video ready? If it's ready, let's go now. Alhaji Oriyomi àti Àríyọ̀, ó yá pápápá.
A ní ká ṣe àfihàn bí iṣẹ́ náà ti lọ. Wọ́n sì fẹ́ fi àwọn nǹkan hàn wá báyìí. Ṣùgbọ́n ká lo àkókò yìí láti kí àwọn Ọ̀yọ́mèsì tí wọ́n wà ń bí o. Ọ̀yọ́mèsì, gómìnà ń kí yín o, gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ń kí yín o. Bákan náà la kí olóyè Oyèbísí Làkà Ládìlú ti ìlú Ọ̀yọ́, a kí yín o.
Your Excellency, I'm aware the video has been played already. We'll take a goodwill message from the representative of the Minister of Works of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator David Nweze Umahi, who is here represented today by Engineer Adedamola Kuti, the Director Highways of the Federal Ministry of Works. Engineer Kuti.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, Your Excellency, the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of the State, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, our royal fathers present. Let me start by congratulating His Excellency the Governor of the State, of Oyo State. I'm here to represent the Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Senator Dave Umahi, who would have loved to be here in person, but due to the exigencies of office, he couldn't make it. In fact, when the letter of His Excellency came in last week, the Honorable Minister was on tour of the Southeast. And as soon as he returned back this week, he just called on me that I need to be in Ibadan to stand in for him because of another assignment that requires his attention in Abuja. Let me start by saying that when Mr. Governor, the Governor of Oyo State, when this project was conceived, I was in Abuja, and he came calling. He visited the then Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola. And you know the way we handle things in the Ministry of Works, you know, that is a federal road. We were more concerned about, you know, even if any governor wants to work on our road, it has to be to our standard. And the governor came in, requested for everything. He sent in his design for us to vet. And we are also happy that the project was also awarded to a contractor that has been working with Federal Ministry of Works, a known contractor with us. That's Mr. Skopek. And I think sometimes 2 weeks ago, we were on a visit to the Southwest, and when the governor mentioned that he will be commissioning this road, I, for one, was very, very surprised. That, so, Mr. Governor, you have succeeded in finishing this road within a very, very short time. Because one thing is to conceive a project, another thing is to get it, you know, to completion. Because the last time I came here, the bridge works was ongoing, and we couldn't really go, you know, we couldn't really pass through towards the Seyi. And I was really, really very surprised that this project today has been commissioned. And on behalf of the Federal Ministry of Works, we also want to congratulate the governor of the state, because this is a real dividend of democracy. This is what the people are looking for. Interconnectivity, you know, connecting the people and then making life good for the people. Mr. Governor, congratulations, sir. And we want to also wish you the very best in this your second term. And then, on behalf of the minister, we are ready to cooperate with you and then to also work with you in order the dividend of democracy that you are ready to deliver to the people of Oyo State. Once again, congratulations, sir.
Àtẹ́wọ́yẹ̀dà fún gómìnà kí. Ní báyìí, a pè Mr. Ahmed Raji SAN kí wọ́n máa bọ̀ sá. Ẹ máa máa tẹ́wọ́ gbé wọn dìde. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé àtìlú Ìṣẹ́yìn àtìlú Ọ̀yọ́ àti gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ibi ọ̀nà méjèèjì so papọ̀ tá a wá ṣe lénìí ìlú àṣà ni. Àwọn èèyàn wa láti ibùdó àṣà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ cultural center ẹ máa múra lẹ́ o. Tí SAN bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ tán, ìní ẹ̀jú ṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ sókè ńláru ọmọ dún afẹ́gbádùn yín fún ìṣẹ́jú díẹ̀.
Your Excellency, our amiable governor, in your name and on your behalf, I appreciate our Baba, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, the Balogun of Owu, for finding the time to come for this occasion. I know his commitments all over the world, not just in Nigeria. But for him to be here today, it means a lot. And his coming to this area is not the first time. He's been to Iseyin at least about 3 times that I was there. So we really, really appreciate you. Ojoya Dale, we are proud of you. Now the governor. There is nothing to say other than thank you. Al-Quran ni al-jazao linzan ila linzan. Pé ẹni ó bá ṣe rere, rere náà là á fi san rere. We don't know how to describe you. This is your second tenure, and yet you are still firing on. May God continue to be with you. I remember when Moniya Iseyin Road was going on, and Ogumosho Iseyin Road came up. I said, I granted in an interview, and I said, we have more to do with Oyo than Ogumosho. Therefore, Iseyin Oyo Road is more paramount. Then I think I had a conversation with the governor. And he told me, son, don't worry. When they complete Moniya Iseyin Road, I will ask them to go and start Oyo Iseyin Road. And that is precisely what he did. On a few occasions, I left Abuja, came to Ibadan. I had to come to Oyo to pass through the road. And exactly what he told me was what I meant. They started from Iseyin hand, and they started from Oyo hand. And this is what we are witnessing today. We thank you very much. We can't thank you enough. Because recently I was in Calabar. I had to go to Uyo. And it took me 4.5 hours, a journey of 1 hour. Before, this Oyo Iseyin Road was taking us 3.5 hours. But today, I understand within 35 minutes or 30 minutes, we'll be in Iseyin. We thank you very much. We appreciate you. And we pray God Almighty to reward you abundantly. Because you have made life easy for us. You have made life easy for the peasant farmers. You have made life easy for all the road users in this area. Even those who may be going to hospital. Because some people, they want to take them to hospital. In the course of bad road, lives are lost. So you've really done something wonderful. And we only keep on encouraging you. I appreciate you very much on behalf of all the dignitaries here. And God Almighty will continue to see to your growth. We need your light in power. I'm not patronizing you. We need your light in power. If infrastructure like the one you are building can go around everywhere like this, in the course of a few years, Nigeria will be a different place. I thank you very much, and God Almighty will continue to bless you. I thank all the state officials, the deputy governor, the chief judge, all the party leaders, and our KBCs for coming to this event, which is very, 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 it has a lot of meaning to us. I don't want to waste time because elders are sitting down. If I say I want to appreciate you from now to tomorrow, the words are there, but I have to stop now. Thank you very, very much.
Ẹgbẹ́ agbáṣàga ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àwọn lókàn tí wọ́n bọ́ sójú agbo láti dára wa lárayá láàrin ìṣẹ́jú mélòó kan.
Ààrẹ mú Ọbásanjọ́ sọ̀hún gbọ́rọ̀ ẹnu mi, ààrẹ mú káàbọ̀. jà fìrì só kànàkànà já tó ń tòwú àrẹ̀mú tó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dàrẹ̀ wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà yìí tá a fẹ́ kọ́ lọ mọ́ àdùgbò agbègbè òwú kú kalẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ń bàbá mi nǹkan kan ò ní sẹ̀mí rẹ̀ ọmọ olówó òdúró ọmọ àti fẹgbẹ́ ṣeré o ilé ọmọ ewé ìyẹwé ọmọ ewé ìyẹwé ọmọ ewé ìyẹwé ọmọ egbò yẹgbọ ọmọ káyọ̀gì ìran òun kì í sì ká bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bàbá yín kì í lọ́rọ́ àwọn ìmẹ́nu gbọ́ yìí náà ni àwọn ìmẹ́nu gbọ́ yìí náà ni ọmọ ìyá mẹ́rin jọ sọmọ pé bàbá yín ìlọ́mọ asunkún gbadé ọmọ afọ̀rọ̀gbòye àtẹwọ́ mẹ́wẹ́ wá ilẹ̀ bí gbòye àrẹ̀mú lẹ̀ bí gbòye ní òwú ìjọ ọmọdé tí wọ́n fi pè yín lọ́mọ asunkún gbadé ga àrẹ̀mú ìjọ ọmọdé tí wọ́n fi pè yín lọ́mọ afọ̀rọ̀gbòye ìjọ ọmọ tí wọ́n fi pè yín lọ́mọ afọwọ́ mẹ́wẹ́ wá gbòye nílé òwú ọmọ lábẹ́rẹ́ jọ àrẹ̀mú ṣé kí n wí àbí kí n máa lọ wọ́n ní kí n dúró àrẹ̀mú mi o ọjọ́ lọ́jọ́ Oòduà o àtẹ̀wọ̀rọ̀ àkọ́kọ́ Oòduà lẹ́ bàbá rẹ̀ ìyàn adé ní jẹ́sẹ̀ bí nìyá bàbá ẹ̀yìn ìyàn adé ọ̀hún ló bímọ lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ sí ọmọ bímọ ọmọ dàgbà ọmọ tó dàgbà ọ̀tọ̀ lọ yọjú sí bàbá ìyàn adé gbọ́mọ lọ kí Oòduà lọ́ọ̀dẹ̀ ọmọ wojú bàbá ọmọ ọ̀dákẹ́ ẹkún wọ́n ní ẹ̀fọ́ ọmọ lówó ọmọ ọ̀dákẹ́ ẹkún wọ́n ní ẹ̀fọ́ ọmọ lásán ọmọ ọ̀dákẹ́ ẹkún bàbá yín ni wọ́n lọ pé bàbá aláwo wánú ilé bàbá aláwo délé ó gbé bàjẹ́lẹ̀ nílé bàbá tó bí ọlọ́mọ ifá sọ̀rọ̀ ifá balẹ̀ olówó òdùrú omi ọmọ ń wí pé adé yìí tèmi ni ilẹ̀kẹ̀ yìí tèmi ni ọba wa ní ẹkún lẹ̀kẹ̀ sọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ dákẹ́ ẹkún Odùduwà ní ẹgbàdélé lọ́wọ́ ọmọ dákẹ́ ẹkún sọmọ pé kábíyèsí ọjọ́ náà Oòduà àtẹ̀wọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́ba kì í pé méjì láàfin onífin ni wọ́n lọ tẹ̀lú fún bàbá yín lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ sí òun la kọ́dá o òun la kọ́dá bẹ́ẹ̀ dóhùn Ṣèyí rè Ṣèyí Ṣèyí o Ṣèyí àbójú mi ń tàn Ṣèyí ni Ṣèyí ọmọ Makinde ọ̀rẹ́ aráàlú ọ̀rẹ́ mẹ̀kúnnù adékílékún òkun dẹ̀dẹ̀ tẹrùtẹrù abilé gbogbo tó ń jẹ Ṣèyí ọmọ Makinde ọ̀rẹ́ aráàlú bó ló ṣeṣe kínní ọ̀hún náà àkúnlẹ̀yìn làdáyébá ọ̀sán lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ gbogbo wa la dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ Ṣèyí sọ rántí ọjọ́ títà àpàdé nìbàdàn sọmọ pé mo ṣàdúrà kan lọ́jọ́ ọjọ́ ń odò kan bẹ nílẹ̀ bàbá rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ ní jẹ́ Ṣèyí o ti wá sọ gbódìlé ọ̀sọ̀gbẹ́ dìgboro ọ̀sà àtàndọ́jà ẹ wo gbóró wò ó ẹ wo gbóró wò ó ẹ wo gbóró wò bó ṣe rí o gbogbo ọ̀nà lọ́jọ́ kùlùlù yìí o ẹ dákun ẹ ní fọwọ́ gbọ́mọ sí ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Ṣèyí kí n gbóná ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Ṣèyí ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Ṣèyí ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Ṣèyí ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ o Ṣèyí ọmọ Makinde orí rẹ̀ ò ní burú.
Ṣèyí ṣe o àbẹ́ orí. Ọ̀nà wa ń yọ̀ kúlúlú, ọ̀nà wa ń yọ̀ kúlúlú kò sí. sí kòtò já sí gègèlè. Makinde ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ o Ọ̀yọ́ dúpẹ́. Ẹ̀rọ ń ṣe yìí ṣe o àbẹ́ orí. Makinde ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ o Ọ̀yọ́ dúpẹ́. Ẹ̀rọ ń ṣe yìí. Ọkọ̀rẹ́ wàlú o. Ọkọ̀rẹ́ wàlú o. Ọmọ Makinde kọ̀rẹ́ wàlú o. Iná lójú pópó. Oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ rí ìtàjẹ́ ṣe. Oníṣòwò jèrè ọjà o. Ọkọ̀rẹ́ wàlú o. Ètò ìlera fún tẹrú tàmá. Ètò ìlera fún tẹrú tàmá. Ọkọ̀rẹ́ wàlú o. Lautech ti dé Ìṣẹ́yìn o. Lautech ti dé Ìṣẹ́yìn o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa dúpẹ́. Our governor, your word dey sweet us. As you dey do road, na so you dey do road. Our governor, your work dey sweet us. As you dey build road, na so you dey do life. Wá ti máa gbọ́ pé mílíọ̀nù ti dára o. Wá ti máa gbọ́ pé ṣèlú dára sí wa o. Wá ti máa gbọ́ pé mílíọ̀nù ti dára o.
Ẹ ṣeun. Àtẹ́wọ́ yín dà fún wọn. Àṣẹ ìgbádùn tán ṣe ni. Ẹ ṣeun, ẹ ṣeun, ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ ṣeun. Ẹnájì pọ̀, agbára pọ̀, okun pọ̀. Ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ ṣeun. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Solid display. Kódà. Ó máa continue. Èmi náà lè ṣe jọ. Thank you very much. Thank you. Honorable Dr. Olatuboso, thank you very much. Your Excellency, we proceed with today's event, and the next thing on the agenda is vote of thanks, which will be delivered by the chairman of your West local government, Mr. Akim Salami Okukiti.
Olukiti.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, special recognition to the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Aremu Okikiola Obasanjo, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Chief Bayolawa. Please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I'm highly delighted to specially welcome the Executive Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency, Engineer Oluwaseyi Abiodun Makinde, his entourage, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen of Oyo West Local Government, for the official commissioning of Oyo Fashola Iseyin Road project. As we all know that the road, despite being an ancient road, has suffered neglect from various governments of the past and became unmotorable. The result of which makes life difficult for the road users, especially farmers, who find it difficult to move their produce from farm to the city and major markets, which has resulted to decline in commercial activities in the area. Iseyin Oyo Road, apart from linking Oyo and Iseyin with the other towns and villages in the Okiogun axis of the state, also serve as the entering point to Ilorin, Oyo, Ogbomoso, Ibadan, Lagos expressway, which will make transportation of goods and services to and fro from Okiogun axis of the state to any part of the country easier, which will definitely lead to a boost in commercial activities of the area. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I also use this medium to gladly announce that Oyo West Local Government is strategically positioned to be a beneficiary of Omi Tuntun continuous achievements. Apart from the one we are commissioning today, another laudable project which will turn the local government to signatory of all eyes when officially commissioned is still around the corner. By this, I'm referring to Fashola Agricultural Estate, located in Fashola here in Oyo West. The project is the first of its kind in the history of any state in Nigeria. Another giant stride from conception of materialization from the vision Engineer Oluwaseyi Abiodun Makinde, Omi Tuntun transformational agenda. On this note, I want to pause and specially say a big thank you to His Excellency for this kind gesture. Finally, I want to appreciate His Excellency and pray for more grace and enablement to take us to the promised land. Wishing you journey mercy to your various destinations. Long live Oyo West Local Government, long live Oyo State, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ẹ ṣeun. Ibi tá a wí la dé yìí o. Ibi tá a wí la dé yìí o. Wherever you are seated or standing, please, with a round of applause, make welcome the #1 citizen of Oyo State, His Excellency, Governor Seyi Makinde, FNSC, DSC, GSSRS, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, for his remarks. Amode Iwada.
Amode.
Ẹ wọlé o, ìdílà wa ẹ farabalẹ̀ díẹ̀. Ẹ dẹ́kun ẹ̀yin èèyàn wọlé. Ẹ farabalẹ̀. Ẹ dẹ́kun ẹ̀yin àgùnbánirọ̀. Àgùnbánirọ̀. Ẹ na sùúrù sí i. Lónìí ni wọ́n pẹ̀fọ̀n tí yọ̀wọ̀ ọ̀yà fún ọ̀yà láńdórí ọ̀dẹ òkúkà. Ọ̀dẹ gbogbo tí sùn tomitomi. Ọ̀dẹ rẹ̀ pẹ́ ọ̀dẹ wọn ò rí nǹkan kan pa. Àbọ̀dé ọ̀dẹ abẹ̀rín yàngìyàngì. Àrẹ̀mú o! Ọlọ́wọ́ òdùrú! Okú fìdí kalẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ ń. Lónìí ni wọ́n pẹ̀fọ̀n tí yọ̀wọ̀ ọ̀yà fún ọ̀yà. Olúwaṣẹ́gun Ọbásanjọ́. Àwí mẹ́nukú òní tòwú ẹ fúnrọ́jú èpo. Ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ́dẹ́dẹ́ lówó obìnrin. Ará òwúwẹ̀ ìrẹ́rọ́. Ará ìwúwẹ̀ ìjìjàgbà. Àwí mẹ́nukú òní tòwú ọmọ ìfúnrọ́jú èpo. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn èrò tọ́nà wú ẹ̀yà kí Ọbásanjọ́. Ẹsẹ̀ ni orúkú rẹ̀ wà nílé wú. Ọmọ tẹ́wọ́ gboyè. Ọmọ fìwà gboyè. Ẹ̀yin ló máa dá pẹ́lẹ́ wọn bí ẹni dàdẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ́dẹ́dẹ́ ìlówó obìnrin láńdórí ọ̀dẹ òkúkà. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn bàbá ẹni tí ọ̀gbọ́n ìyáláyé ẹni tí ọ̀mọ̀ràn ti bá pàrẹ̀ mú ní ẹ̀bọ̀ra ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ́dẹ́dẹ́ ìlówó obìnrin àrẹ̀mú torí gómìnà ẹ̀dínà Ṣèyí ọmọ Mákindé ń wò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kí n dá gómìnà dúró. omi tuntun Seyi. Ará Ọ̀yọ́ rán mi ṣẹ́ṣẹ̀ yí ọmọ Makinde. Dákun ọmọ Makinde ó ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún alọ́yọ̀ Aláàfin ọmọ Makinde. Ọ̀yọ́ dúpẹ́ náà rẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn ẹ jẹ́ kásẹ́ mẹ́jọ péré kí wá dá lé tọmọ Makinde tó ṣe fún wa ọ̀nà látòròkì tẹ́ dé dìgẹ̀dú tẹ́ lọ sábó tẹ́ dá sípa ẹ̀yin ẹ wo ọmọ Mọ̀nsúrà ẹnájì iná yí gbogbo Ọ̀yọ́ po ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ní lẹ́lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ẹ̀yin èèyàn ọ̀nà látọ̀yọ́ lọ sẹ́yìn ẹ wo Mọ̀lẹ́lẹ̀ Aláyẹ̀dé ó di yunifásitì iṣẹ́ ọmọ Makinde ni ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ Makinde ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ àbí ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ tọ́bọ̀ wá jẹ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ìlọba rí wọn ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ ń bí ìpàdé di Ìṣẹ́yìn àròwá ọmọ àṣẹ tí mo mi kíkan ọláìwà gómìnà dákúbá wá fún wa ní àlá.
ó lè kan ojú wọn lọ Olúṣèyí ó lè kan ojú wọn lọ.
ẹ ṣeun apparently ọmọdé àti ìyákú ẹgbẹ́ wọ́n sì wà ní campaign mode campaign ti parí election ti parí governance ló kù sí. Your Excellency, the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our own Baba, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR. Your Excellency, the former Governor of Ebonyi State and the Honorable Minister for Works, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator David Nweze Umuahi, ably represented by the Director of Federal Highways Southwest, Mr. Adedamola Kuti. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Barrister Abdurrahim Adebayo Lawal. Your Excellency, the former First Lady of Oyo State, Alhaja Mutiat Ladoja. Your Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Hamid Badamosi. Distinguished members of the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria here present. I can see Honorable Abbas Agbowori. Kò rówó gbérìn mọ́ after tí wọ́n ti ṣe náírà swap. Honorable Stanley Adedeji Odidiọmọ. Honorable Shina Oyedeji Oshine. Honorable Sunday Makanjuola Smarto. The Honorable Speaker, Oyo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Adebo Edward Ogundoyi, ably represented by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Mohammed Fadeyi, the Chief Judge of Oyo State, Honorable Justice Iyabo Yerima, the former Speaker, Oyo State House of Assembly, Senator Mansurat Sumonu, distinguished senators, Senator Ayola Agbola, hallelujah, Senator Gbenga Babalola, you are duly recognized, the former Nigerian High Commissioner to Zambia and Malawi, Mama Ambassador Ibironke Adefokwe, the former Speaker, Oyo State House of Assembly, Honorable Maruf Atilola, the former Chief Judge of Oyo State, Mama Honorable Justice Badejoko Adeniji, you are duly recognized, man. Other honorable members of Oyo State House of Assembly here present, members of the entourage of former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Otumba Oyewole Fashawe, you're duly recognized, sir. Elder Oladipupo Ibitoye and Olori Bolanle Olateru Olagbegi. The Secretary to the State Government, Professor Olanike Adeyemo. The Chief of Staff, Honorable Segun Ogunwuyi. The Head of Service, Mrs. Olubumi Oni MNI. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin orí adé ọrùn lẹ̀kẹ̀, the Royal Majesty Olúgbọ́n of Orílẹ̀-Ègbọ́n, Ọba Francis Alao mo kí yín o, kábíyèsí o. Royal Majesty Olú of Igbóọrà, kábíyèsí mo kí yín o. Royal Majesty Onpetu of Ijeru, kábíyèsí mo kí yín o. Royal Majesty Akibio of Ilora, kábíyèsí mo kí yín o. Royal Majesty Ọba Hamidu Ajibade, mo kí yín o, kábíyèsí. Royal Majesty Ọba Abiodun Kọ́ládàísí, kábíyèsí mo kí yín o. Báṣọ̀run of Ọ̀yọ́, High Chief Yusuf Akínadé, gbogbo ẹ̀yin Ọ̀yọ́mèsì, mo kí yín o. Ẹgbẹ́ wa PDP, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá láti National, the Deputy National Secretary, all the ESCO Southwest, àti State PDP executive members, mo kí yín o. All the honorable commissioners that are here present, our service commanders, chairmen and chairpersons of local governments, other political functionaries, permanent secretaries, heads of non-ministerial departments and agencies. Let me also recognize the managing director of COPEC, the construction company that carried out this project, Mr. Isam Fegali and his amiable wife. You are duly recognized. And let me especially recognize àwọn bàbá wa àti ìyá wa, àwọn àgbàlagbà ní Ọ̀yọ́ State tí wọ́n wà ń bí. Mo kí bàbá Bishop Ayọ̀ Ládìgbòlù, bàbá Sàká Balógun, mo kí yín o bàbá. Mo kí bàbá Báyọ̀ Oyèrò, mo kí yín. Bàbá Núréní Àkànbí, mo kí yín. Chief Bisi Laka, Baba Sunday Oyelade, and then Lanet Sikh, Ahmed Raji, they are all duly recognized. Our religious leaders, community leaders that are present here, you are duly recognized. Women, youth, and distinguished invited guests. Àwọn NYSC mo kí ẹ̀yin náà o. Mo kí ẹ̀yin oníròyìn náà o. Whether ẹ lè kọ ẹ̀kọ́ kúkọ lédìí because this program is live. Everybody ń gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ. Bọ̀ mo kí yín, ẹ lè lọ́wọ́ akọ nǹkan míì lọ́la. Our distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ o. Mo kí ẹ̀yin náà o. Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ fi àsìkò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín for your support ní last election tó kọjá yìí. Not only did I win all the local government tó wà ní Ọ̀yọ́ land, gbogbo àwọn honourables tó wà ń bí 3 out of 3 ni. So mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọ̀yọ́. It gives me great joy to be here today as we commission one of the key projects that will open Oyo and Okeogun zones to further investment and economic stimulation. When our administration came in a little over 4 years ago, we had clear plans for accelerated development in our dear state through improving our road infrastructure. We knew that if we were to compete favorably with other states in Nigeria and become key players in our West African sub-region, we had to interconnect all the zones by road. We were able to quickly identify where our competitive advantage lies and come up with a strategy for harnessing that advantage. Oyo is the biggest by landmass in the entire southwest of Nigeria. And we have arable land for agriculture. And the question for us was, how do we get the big players to come and cite their investment in agribusiness on our land? The answer wasn't difficult to get to. The answer was to open up the zones through road projects. Yes, we had a choice between doing what previous governments had done. I'm from Ibadan. So the choice is we can concentrate efforts in Ibadan to repair inner roads which will be easily visible to the people in the capital. But we said, no, we're not going to do that. We will rather let our infrastructural development go after our economy. But we choose to take the path less traveled. People are shading me even up until this moment. Well, all the roads in Ibadan, the inner roads are bad. Well, I have news for you. The inner roads we will start fixing in a matter of weeks. We choose to take the path less traveled because we believe the 5 geopolitical zones in Oyo State must be connected for us to be able to lift the entire state economically. So these days, when I read comments on social media saying all roads in Ibadan are bad, what is Seyi Makinde doing? I smile because the people doing business in Ibadan know what we're doing, and our investors know what we're doing. The people who used to avoid going to Oyo through the Oyo-Iseyin road or to Iseyin through the Moniya-Iseyin road, because of how bad those roads were, they know what we are doing and what we've done. So with travel time on the Oyo-Iseyin road reduced from 2 hours to 20 minutes, even if you drive as fast as me, I'll make it in 17 minutes. But don't try it because my own vehicle is a little bit more stable. Lanet 6 said to travel from here to Iseyin will take us 35 minutes. No, the last time I came to inspect this road, it took us 22 minutes with a convoy going at 60 to 80 kilometers an hour. So it's about 20 to 25 minutes from here to Iseyin. So commuters and businesses located in this area know that there are cost savings, and they know that that is impacting on their bottom line. Of course, this is not to say that we won't do something about inner roads, not just in Ibadan, even in Obomasho, in Oyo, the inner roads will be fixed. But first, we have done what we promised the people of Oyo State that we're going to do, which is to stem rural-urban migration. People can stay in Iseyin and work in Ibadan now. And people who do stay in Oyo, now they work in Ibadan. And for businesses, Oyo and Iseyin, now they are one. So we prioritize interconnectivity through roads such as the 65-kilometer Moniya-Iseyin Road, the 76.67-kilometer Iseyin-Fakote-Ogbomoso Road, the 48-kilometer Ido-Erua Road, and of course, this 34.85-kilometer Oyo-Iseyin Road. With industries moving to these areas or expanding their operations because of the infrastructure, we quickly increased our IGR and generated funds to do the last mile roads. So here we are today to celebrate another milestone. When this project commenced in July 2021, we had an expected completion date of July 2022. However, the construction of the Ogun River Bridge caused delays, and we had to recalibrate our expectations. But we're here now, and with the joy I can see on the faces of our people, all is well that ends well. As I mentioned earlier, this 34.85-kilometer Oyo-Iseyin Road has high economic significance, not just to the people of Oyo and Iseyin, but to the entire state and region. The fact that it is a federal road highlights its importance. But as we will find out as we move on to inspect the former Fashola livestock farm, this road hosts one of our biggest assets in Oyo State. Our first agribusiness industrial hub, which I have been told will be completed in about a month or two, is domiciled on this route. I do not want to preempt what we will be seeing there, but going by what I have been told, our vision of creating an industrial hub in this zone is becoming a reality. We already have at least 5 agribusinesses operating out of the hub, and we should expect more. Our vision is to have an agro-tourism site here, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Ministry of Culture and Tourism work with the Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency to make this place a tourist destination in the shortest possible time. I look forward to seeing what horizontal synergies can be created between the ministry and Oisada to achieve this. And Sheikh Injaisi Gaga, Kinjaisi, I have Nino Fasholansi, èmi náà ti ní mo ti nílé kan bẹ̀. So tó bá di ìgbà Christmas, ibi tí màá ti ṣe Christmas nìyẹn, my next birthday. So èyí tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wá tó bá di jọ́ Christmas ẹ bá bọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n kẹ́ mú oúnjẹ yín dání. Well, we will be going over there soon. I just wanted to say before we go that the way that we fix this federal government road is the way that local government council should be able to fix state roads. Because mo sọ fún bàbá ìgbà tí mo ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ láìpẹ́ pé yeah, it's a federal road. Ta ni federal person tó wà ń bí kò sí gbogbo wa. State kan or the other láti wá, local government kan or the other láti wá. So the businesses solo tí allocate síbẹ̀, they are not federal businesses. Àwọn èèyàn ò fẹ́ mọ̀ bóyá local government ló ní ọ̀nà àbí state government ní. Wọ́n fẹ́ gun orí ọ̀nà tó tẹ́. So state o, federal, local, we must deliver good infrastructure and good roads for our people. So the Argon, I will say to you, you should come up with strategies for the development of our various local governments. We should interconnect them. This is how we will provide sustainable development in our dear states. So as we commissioned this landmark achievement, we could not have wished for anyone better to celebrate this day with us than an extraordinary man who has given a good part of his life in service to our great nation. I call him Daddy. So please permit me to yield the podium to His Excellency, the former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Aremu Obasanjo, as he speaks to us before we proceed to commission the project. Thank you and God bless you.
Ọlátúbọ̀sún yẹn máa náà ni ẹ má jiyàn sí. Makinde yẹn máa náà ni ẹ má jiyàn mọ́. Ṣèyí Makinde má jiyàn sí rárá. Oya Makinde ló lè ṣe. Makinde ló lè ṣe. Tó bá jẹ́ ti tẹ election. Tó bá jẹ́ ti tẹ election. Ẹ fi àyà ẹ fi àyà. Ẹ fi àyà ẹ fi àyà. Kọ́ dìbò fún Ṣèyí o. Ká dìbò fún Ṣèyí.
Please be seated. Thank you very much. Please be seated. John Building. Mo tẹ́ ẹ máa fi tí ń bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè fún ọjọ́ òní. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè fún ọjọ́ òní pé a dá ọjọ́ kò. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè, èmi àwa tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà wa. Torí mi ò mọ ohun tí mo fi sórí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ o. Jẹ́jẹ́ mo jókòó. Ló bá wí pé mi ò lè jókòó lásán. Àfi kí n wá. Mo ní kí ló pé kí n wá ṣe. Ó ní kí n wá wo àrà tó ń dá. Ó ń dára ó ní ẹ jẹ́ kí n wá wo àrà tó ń dá. Ìyẹn ló gbé mi débi lónìí o. Your Excellency the Governor. Ẹ yọ̀ǹda mi kí n dúró lórí protocol tí gómìnà ti establish torí gbogbo yín ló kí. Tí n bá yí pé kí n tó máa kí yín mi ò ti ẹni lè rántí gbogbo yín tán. ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín bí gómìnà Alára ṣe dúpẹ́. nítorí gbogbo àwọn tí a fi sípò kọ́ ni wọ́n ń ṣe bó ṣe yẹ kí wọ́n ó ṣe o. gbogbo àwọn tá a dìbò fún kọ́ ni a lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé a sọ̀bọ wa nù. níwọ̀n bá tèmi ti rí pẹ̀lú ẹnjìnìà Seyi Makinde ṣáwọn ẹnjìnìà ẹ fi nǹkan fún ẹnjìnìà ṣe á ṣe dáadáa. níwọ̀n bá tèmi ti rí pẹ̀lú ẹnjìnìà Seyi Makinde ẹ̀yin Ọ̀yọ́ state ó dàbí ẹ̀ ń pẹ́ sọ̀bọ yín nù. adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà. gbà mo dọ́dọ̀ gómìnà láàárọ̀ yìí ó ṣe àlàyé fún mi, ó dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé náà fún yín pé tí a bá fẹ́ kí ọrọ̀ ajé Ọ̀yọ́ state kó lọ síwájú àwọn nǹkan kan wà tá à ń láti kọ́ ṣe. ìkíní à ń láti lè lọ kíá mọ́sá láti ibì kan dé ibì kejì nínú Ọ̀yọ́ state àti àwọn agbègbè tí ó súnmọ́ Ọ̀yọ́ state. a dẹ̀ lè lọ ní kíá mọ́sá láti ibì kan dé ibì kejì láṣẹ pé ọ̀nà mọ́tò ó dára. ó ṣe mọ́níyà tó Ìsẹ́yìn, Ọ̀yọ́ kó gba Fáṣọlá tó Ìsẹ́yìn, Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ tó Ìsẹ́yìn yẹn náà ń bọ̀. àwọn tó ń ṣe yìí bó ṣe wí tó jẹ́ federal road wà nù ẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tó ń gbabẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ state yìí ni, àwọn ọmọ Ògùn state náà ń gbabẹ̀. gbogbo wa tá a bá rí pé tó bá pé federal road ní ò ní ṣe àwa láàjìyà bẹ. adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ o ti máa ṣe o máa ṣe mọ́ Ọlọ́run ò ní fi sínú ọ̀ràn rẹ o. lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí ọ̀nà wa bá dáa tá a lè lọ láti ibì kan débi kejì ó wá kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ o àwa ọmọ àlò lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé àti lágbà nítorí ọrọ̀ ajé wa iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wa la fi máa tún nǹkan wa ṣe o. tí ìjọba bá ṣe títì, tí ìjọba bá fún wa ní ìṣírí tá a fi gbé ọrọ̀ ajé wa ga, yòókù kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ o. mo ń sọ fún gómìnà ńgbà tí à ń bọ̀ mo ní sórí ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ oko a máa gbọ́dọ̀ mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn. Mo wá ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mo ní sórí ọ̀rọ̀ gbàgùdà ọ̀rọ̀ pákí Ọ̀yọ́ state ó ti gba number 1 nítorí mo mà bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí yẹn náà wà nù iṣẹ́ tí mò ń ṣe. ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀gẹ́ nìkan kọ́ ní iṣẹ́ tá a lè ṣe níṣẹ́ oko. Àwọn ohun ọ̀gbìn míì wà tí a tún lè mú tá a lè mú ní number 2 tí ẹ̀gẹ́ bá jẹ́ number 1 a tún lè ní number 3 nínú àwọn ohun ọ̀gbìn a tún wá lè mú ohun ọ̀sìn number 1 number 2 ẹ jẹ́ kí Ọ̀yọ́ state ká ní nǹkan ọ̀gbìn méjì mẹ́ta tí a jẹ́ number 1 in Nigeria nípa ẹ̀ cassava àti gbà orí o àti gbà number 1 bóyá ń gba gọ́fìnà bá foríkorí pẹ̀lú àwọn olùdámọ̀ràn rẹ̀ á ní tá a máa tún tá a gba number 1 bẹ́ẹ̀ àti ohun ọ̀sìn tá a gba number 1 bẹ́ẹ̀. Eléyìí ni yóò fi hàn wípé iṣẹ́ gómìnà ó yọrí sí rere ló máa fi hàn wípé àwa ọmọ ìlú ajèrè democracy democracy ò jẹ́ kò jẹ́ nǹkan kan tí iṣẹ́ ò bá sí lọ́wọ́. Democracy that nurtures poverty is abortion. Democracy that nurtures unemployment is failure. Democracy that nurtures lack of peace and security must be thrown overboard. Democracy dividend must involve peace, security, stability, prosperity, wealth creation, employment, and the wholesomeness of the society. That's when democracy will continue to survive. And people will feel that yes, democracy is a worthwhile system of government that must be embraced. I am particularly delighted that Governor has chosen me to be part of the success that is achieving in Oyo State. Governor, ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ó máa ròkè o. Ó tún ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ apá kejì ni. Gbogbo ohun tó bá ń dáwọ́lé ni yóò máa yọrí sí rere. Mo rò pé pace setter lẹ pé Ọ̀yọ́ State. Ìwọ iwájú lọ́pàá ẹ̀bí ti tiẹ̀ àti ti Ọ̀yọ́ state yóò mọ̀ ọ́n rẹ̀ sí. ẹ ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ state lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé àti lágbà fún ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ tí ẹ ní pẹ̀lú gómìnà Seyi Makinde. Mo wá tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ìfẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ ní sí àti bí ẹ ṣe rò pé ó ṣe máa ṣe pé kò dojú tì yín, Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kó dojú tì yín o. Mo dúpẹ́ ní orúkọ Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè. Ọ̀nà yìí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n máa lò wọ́n ó lò fún owó, wọ́n ó lò fọ́mọ, wọ́n ó lò fún àlàáfíà bàbá ọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n ò ní lò fún kú, wọ́n ò ní lò fárùn, wọ́n ò ní lò fún ṣẹ́. Èmi náà ó lò ó. Kí ni màá lò fún náà? Ẹ bá ń sọ tèmi, kí ni ń lò fún? Ó ṣeun, wọ́n ní kí n lò fálàáfíà lórí ẹ bá tún pọ̀ mọ́ àfi kí n pé àfẹ́yà àwọn ọmọ ni ó máa ń wá. Àlàáfíà, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má gbàgbé o, tí ọ̀nà bá wà ń bẹ̀ tí a lò ó pé kí for prosperity, for wealth generation, for employment, then it will not have served the purpose for which it has been constructed. And it will have become not achieving what good governance is and what democracy is. Benefit for the welfare and the well-being of the people. Ọ̀nà yìí yóò ṣe wá lóore o. Ara yóò ń bẹ o. Ara àǹfààní nínú ẹ o. Ní orúkọ ti Bàbá, ti Ọmọ, àti ti Ẹ̀mí Mímọ́.
His Excellency will now present, on behalf of your state and the good people of your state, our token to former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Chief Dr. Olusegun Aremo Obasanjo, CFR.
Àrẹ̀mú ọmọ bẹ ọbẹ ní bẹsọ abẹ ní bẹrí olówó àtẹ́lẹsẹ̀ wọn a sì máa bẹ ẹnáwó èèyàn tó ní ó
Right
gbọ́dọ̀
after this presentation of gifts,
èèyàn tó ní òye kọ́dà lápadà ọkàn Olúṣẹ́gun
His
Ọbásanjọ́
Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde will lead the former President Olusegun Obasanjo
èèyàn tó bá ní ogún ọ̀dà mú
for the
bẹ́ẹ̀ ní
unveiling
ilá
of the
èèyàn tó ní òye
commemorative
kọ́dà
plaque and
lápadà ọkàn
commissioning.
ọmọ ẹ̀fúnrọ́jọ epo ọmọ àdàpẹ́lẹ̀ wọn rárá bí ẹni dàdẹ ẹ̀gbá lára òwe mọ̀jàlá ẹ̀gbálára òwe mòlú ọmọ adékọ́lé ọ̀pọ̀ rẹ̀ èèyàn ní dẹ́yìn ìgbẹ̀tì kólúwarí ọ̀fẹ́ ọmọ ẹ̀gbá kù bí ọba kékeré wọn a sì gbàgbà wọn àdàpélé wọn rárá bí ẹni dáadẹ́ olùṣègùn ọbásanjọ́ ọmọ tó bí òní kú àrẹ̀mú ìwọ náà ní bọ́sọ̀nù lọ àwọn ọmọ òwò tó bá fọwọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe kò ní yí dànù alárẹ̀mú korongodo ayé òní lù fún ọjọ́ etí mo wí lónìí olùṣègùn ọbásanjọ́ àrò ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ọ̀sẹ̀ lóní ọ̀sẹ̀ oṣùn lóní ọmọ sùnà torí pé tí ìnìmí ẹ̀sìn kóra wọn asọ́pàdé ìléwé ìyeyè àrẹ̀mú olùṣègùn ọbásanjọ́ etí mo wí ọ̀sẹ̀ lóní ọ̀sẹ̀ oṣùn lóní ọmọ sùnà torí pé tí ìnìmí ẹ̀sìn kóra wọn asọ́pàdé ìléwé ìyeyè.
Hello.
Hello. Scissors down. Hello.
We dedicate and commission this road for the benefit of everybody who will use this road, for peace, for security, for stability, for progress, for development, for prosperity, in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Amen. To commemorate official commissioning ceremony of the reconstruction of Oyo Fashola Iseyin Road, 34.85 kilometers, by me, on behalf of His Excellency, Engineer Dr. Seyi Makinde, Fellow of Nigerian Society of Engineers, DSC, Executive Governor of Oyo State, on Friday, 15 September 2023, to the glory of God and benefit of humanity. Amen. Thank you.
Permit me to open with the words of Chanda Kocha, which says, investment in
Is a big part of our engineering a modern Oyo State. The building of roads forms the foundation of the development of all other sectors of the 4 pillars of our governance, as clearly outlined in our roadmap to accelerated development in Oyo State.
For the purpose
Seyi, roads that have been awarded for the reconstruction and completion at record time under the leadership of the governor of Oyo State, Seyi, Makinde. We flag it off today in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
the federal road which the Oyo State government decided to reconstruct for the benefit of our people was awarded under the alternative project funding approach to Corporate Construction Limited at an estimated sum of about 9.9 billion naira at that time.
The total contract sum was originally 8.4 billion, but it was increased to 9.9. As you may be aware, this is a federal road, but it is being reconstructed by Oyo State.
After decades of abandonment, work began in earnest and tractors were moved to the site. Despite the many challenges faced because of the peculiar and deplorable state of the road, work was never put on hold until the aim was achieved. One major challenge is this 72-year-old Odogun Bridge. The bridge had lost most of the railings and barrier concrete, which caused vehicles to plunge into the river, leading to the death of many passengers. Today, a new bridge, wider and stronger, able to accommodate vehicles going to and fro, stands on this road, to the admiration and happiness of all who ply the road.
Ọ̀nà yẹn kò ṣe é rìn rárá kódà even though gan téèyàn bá fẹsẹ̀ rìn kéèyàn máa já kòtò even though ibi tí èmi wà yìí ibẹ̀ gangan ni ṣọ́ọ̀bù tèmi wà nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe títì yìí kódà iṣẹ́ mi tún yàtọ̀ nítorí gbogbo àwọn tí ò lè tọ ibi báyìí wá láti wá ra ọjà lọ́wọ́ àwa tá ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù ní bíbáyìí wọ́n ní àǹfààní láti máa wá náà bíbáyìí nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe títì. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gọ́vnà Olúwa yóò máa tẹ̀ wọ́n síwájú o.
Ọ̀nà yìí páńpẹ́ kú ni tẹ́lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ní ìsìn adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ lọ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba wa Olúwaṣèyí Abíọ́dún ọmọ Makinde Ọlọ́run bá wa gbé wọn lọ́wọ́ sókè.
Ọ̀nà ọ̀dà pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ àmọ́ ní ìsìn à ń gbádùn ẹ̀ báyìí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí àti ìdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Seyi Makinde. À ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Seyi Makinde.
Our commuters, the good people of your state, we've been passing this place now without any hardship. So we have moved our people now from what I can call hardship to prosperity on this road.
The completion of the Iseyin road now affords road users and farmers the opportunity to travel with ease and get to their destination in good time. The Fashola Agribusiness Industrial Hub, which is also being redeveloped by the Oyo State government, can now be easily accessed by the reconstructed Iseyin road, making business for the investors an enviable one.
I'm sure the good people of Oyo are already seeing the benefits of this road construction.
Governor Makinde's administration undoubtedly has put in place outstanding infrastructure, which has brought about positive contributions to the growth of the state economy. Is making sure that the dividends of democracy gets to the doorstep of everyone in the state.
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned. There is always more to a story than the scribbled line. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Idori, a legendary city situated on the rock, is a land of honor where youths make headlines as nature's freeze for the trees of tourists. From sunrise to sunset, Idori smothers in the radiance of its smoking hills, ushering visitors into a refreshing land of ravishing magnificence. In words and in deeds, Idori dazzles, escapulating its cultural, economic, and entertaining potential. It is a community in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria, which is about 20 minutes drive from the state capital, Akure. Historically, the people of Idori lived on the east before moving down to their present location at the foot more than 100 years ago. High Chief Charles Makinde Dioshori of Idori Kingdom and an erudite scholar explained what led to the migration of the people from the E-top.
We were led there by Olofin, the brother to Ujujua. That's what the history told us. and Olofin didn't reach Okedore, but Olofin stopped at Utaja, where he died. And he died at Utaja, and the son of Olofin, who is Agbogun, led us from Utaja to Okedore, which we call Ufeke, because we came from Ife, so we call it Ufe Oke. What led us to Okedore is because of the property of Ife, which Olofin brought with him. We were told that Oramiyan, who founded Benin, came with Olofin to Utaja.
From any angle in Idori, one can see the alluring eats, and virtually every activity in the town revolves around this collection of hills. Climbing the hills is not a journey for the faint-hearted. It requires strength, resilience, and stamina. Walking to the top of the hills is no doubt the toughest part of the journey. To get to the top, tourists will have to climb 682 steps with 5 resting points along the route where people can take some rest.
And this is the second resting point. We're still going to climb more, and we still have 3 more resting points before we get to the pinnacle, to the top of Idori Hills. I'm already tired, but I'll get there.
So at this very point,
Sister, you're not going again.
you don't finish the story in a day.
A tourist is directed by a tour guide who is conversant with the monuments on the hills. Idori Hills are full of many attractions which make your visit memorable and delightful.
Yo, bro, are we done? We still have 22 more. Please do have
We came across some stories from different higher institutions who came to catch fun. The tour guide took us around some historical monuments, like the first primary school in the town, the courts, ancient palace, prison, Estel Beji, and the Aron River. The first primary school was built in 1896, and the building is still standing for everybody to see. The fun seekers played in the Aron River.
I feel like swimming. I better come back here.
One of the tourists we came across on the hills is the student researcher Eniawe Deborah, a student of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, says she's delighted to be here.
I'm here on a research for my school, a personal research project for my school. So I'm researching on Idori Hills, the historical facts about Idori Hills. So I am working on this trip, on this adventure, to have more knowledge.
She wants government to make this monument more attractive for tourists.
To attract them, if they make this a very, very nice tourist site, like the resting place that we saw at the final lap of the staircase, the resting place is dilapidated, and even if foreign tourists come, they won't even be intrigued to stay back. Do you understand? So I feel like the government and everybody has to be all hands on deck.
A tourist who came in company of his colleagues could not hide his feeling.
Yeah, I actually feel excited, because being here is fun. After so many weeks of stress of exam.
Already, Okedore has been listed as one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Festivals like Mari.
It's the Premier League all on DSTV. All the goals, all the clashes, all the moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka. All in the language of your choice. All in HD. Available on all these bouquets to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Stay connected for all the action. Get DSTV with an HD decoder. Plus dish plus 1 month confirmed for 18,500 Naira. It's the Premier League. All on DSTV. It's the Premier League all on DSTV. all the goals, all the clashes, all the moments. All of Rashford, Salah, and Saka. All in the language of your choice. All in HD. Available on all these bouquets to choose from. To watch on all these devices. Stay connected for all the action. Get DSTV with an HD decoder. Plus dish plus 1 month confirmed for 18,500 Naira. It's the Premier League. All on DSTV.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking it.
Hello and welcome to TVC News at 1. Our top stories this hour. University of Lagos shifts ground, announces downward review in school fees following students' protest. Nigeria joins their counterparts to mark International Day for Democracy. And out to Nigeria, Mayor of Dena says the death toll in Libya flood could reach 20,000 as number of deaths near 12,000. In sports, NFF celebrates Victor Osimhen on nomination for 2023 FIFA Best Football Awards. We begin here in Lagos, where the protest embarked on by students of University of Lagos seem to be yielding results. This is as the university management on Friday agreed to a downward review of the school and hostel fees. The decision comes after a meeting between the management and leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students and the university faculty president. The student leaders requested a reversal of the hike in school fees and accommodation charges, as well as the reinstatement of the student union in university. While it agreed to
Congress and the opposition People's Democratic Party are at the State House in Abuja. The visit is to meet President Bola Tinubu on the state of the East-West Road and its impact on the Port Harcourt refinery. The delegation, led by the Governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, commended the president for recently attracting a $14 billion investment during the G20 summit.
We humbly urge Mr. President to note that access to the refinery on the East-West Road is in most deplorable state, and we appeal to Mr. President to approve the reconstruction thereof so as to facilitate the transportation of petroleum products from the refinery. Mr. President, it is worthy to reiterate the fact that the good people of Rivers State decided to pay you this solidarity and thank you visit, to sincerely commend you for your kind and good effort.
President Tinubu assured the delegation that critical infrastructures and parts of the East-West Road linking the Port Harcourt refinery will be reconstructed.
The request for infrastructure development that we made is not lost in the presentation. The Honorable Minister for FCT is equally not just for FCT. He's a very strong advisor and admirer of mine. And he has hit the ground running. He's showing the stuff he's made of.
Also at the State House earlier today, President Bola Tinubu met with the national chairman of the APC and members of the Livestock Reforms Committee, where he assured that his administration is addressing critical issues pertaining to livestock economy and the challenges of the farmers-herders conflict.
We studied previous attempts, the failures, the successes. We put them together and made recommendations to Mr. President. But in order to find the solution, practical solution, that will provide the desired goals, you need strong institution.
These efforts are part of the government's move to ensure insecurity is resolved, which can be tackled with sustained developmental interventions.
Let's turn to security matters. The 13th Zonal Conference of State Directors of Security in the Northwest Zone has begun in Katsina State. The meeting will engage other stakeholders in reviewing the security situation in affected states and also focus on strengthening synergy in intelligence gathering between states. And TVC News correspondent Abdulatif Yusuf reports.
Key actors in security continue to push for collaborative efforts in the bid to end the protracted security situation in the Northwest. This 13th Zonal Conference of the State Directors of Security in the Northwest Zone has this on its agenda and has to enhance prompt response to criminal activities. Improving intelligence gathering and how it is used forms a key part of deliberations. The security heads are convinced more than ever before that the individual approach to tackling insecurity cannot solve the problem, but rather compounds it.
Forum, since we started more than 2 years ago or so, we have been able to get more understanding of the security situation. It has promoted intelligence sharing of information between the commands in the Northwest Zone. It's easier for me to talk directly to my colleagues in Zamfara and other places.
In their goodwill messages, the heads of security organizations in the state lauded the organizers of the forum and urged the participants to come up with more workable solutions on security.
Any intelligence that does not come as at when due, it becomes a watery intelligence.
Or lack of education is what is affecting much of our youth here, and they went off entering other forms of crimes.
I would like to reiterate the fact that collaboration and synergy is very important.
The representatives of Katsina State Governor at the event buttressed the need for law enforcement agents to have a clearer view of the security problems and how to intervene appropriately to finally end the security challenges in the zone.
As I'm talking to you now, over 7.8 billion naira have been approved to procure security gadgets, security equipment, APCs, motorcycles, Hiluxes, and so many things.
Security experts are of the view that threats will be better managed if the affected states meet regularly to review their approaches. Abdulatif Yusuf, TVC News, Katsina.
And still on security, the Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoku, says adequate measures are in place to ensure free and fair governorship elections in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi states. Mr. Egbetoku at a meeting with strategic police managers and a media briefing to highlight policies, breakthroughs, and achievements of the Nigeria Police Force in the last 5 weeks, said steady decline in crime rates has been recorded in recent time. He added that the meeting was to avail the participants of the opportunity to enumerate some of operational plans towards policing the off-season governorship election coming up 11th of November in 3 states.
It's an off-season election. We are going to leverage on the fact that the elections are limited to just 3 states to deploy adequately for this election. Just like we have seen in other isolated elections that have been conducted in Nigeria, you will see that we have availability of men more in number than we used to have when it is general election. So I have no fear, nobody should have any fear about how safe or how secure these elections are going to be in November. Nobody should entertain fear about the security of the November elections.
Staying on electoral matters, in Nasarawa, the Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, sitting in Lafia, the state capital, has reserved its judgment for a later date. The People's Democratic Party filed a petition before the tribunal, challenging the results of the All Progressives Congress in the March the 18th election. The chairman of the tribunal, Justice Ezekiel Ajayi, made the decision of the court known following the adoption of the final written addresses by councils of both political parties. Adopting their written addresses, lead counsel to the PDP, Kanu Agabi, prayed the tribunal to consider the fact before it as evidence to declare the PDP governorship candidate as winner of the election. But in their separate submissions, counsels to INEC and the state governor, as well as the APC, urged the tribunal to dismiss the petition over failure to prove a reduction in their votes.
It was a public trial. You know, the petitioners claim initially that they are to lead with 4,130. Now, when we are addressing, they now change position and say they will be leading with 841. Our position is that they have not even proved either 841 or 413. The public opinion they are giving is why we are going to be leading with 413. Now they have changed during address to say they are going to be leading with 841. Our position is, look, they have not established how they are going to lead with 841.
And still to come on the News at 1, Lagos State Government announces rehabilitation work on 3rd Mainland Bridge. Stay with us for details.
Many things in life, making great music is a process. And a key part of that is the right data and the data that helps you understand what needs to be done and how to do it and what sound will connect with listeners.
No, bring it up, bring it up. Let's go everybody see.
Whatever aspect of life you're into, enjoy the journey. 9 Mobile's got you covered.
Dial *301# now.
9 Mobile.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
When into the world stop spinning, I'ma keep when into the world stop spinning. I'ma keep when into the world stop spinning. I'ma keep when into the keep up with me, come on, let's go. I'ma keep when into the world stop spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'ma keep when into the world stop spinning. Africa, you feel me? Come on, now let's get it.
New styles from Darling. Find your beautiful.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
To make it here, you're gonna need a different type of energy. That gang energy that starts from your chest. Why wait? Dominate. Go win bets. Even when the power's out, still knocking the lights out. Living with no how-tos, we got the make do's. We're gonna move. Live large energy. Zag Energy Plus Malt. That's our kind of energy.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
And thanks for staying with us. Let's remind you of our top stories. University of Lagos shifts ground, announces a downward review in school fees following students' protest. Nigeria joins their counterparts to mark International Day for Democracy. Now to Nigeria, Mayor of Derna says the death toll in Libya flood could reach 20,000 as number of deaths near 12,000. And in sports, NFF celebrates Victor Osimhen on nomination for 2023 FIFA Best Football Awards. And now, September 15th every year is International Day of Democracy. This year's theme, Empowering the Next Generation, focuses on young people's essential role in advancing democracy. In this report, correspondent Habida Lawal examines the effects of democracy and how everyone must recognize that a democratic society requires the full participation of all people, regardless of their biases. Her report.
Nigeria's democracy has had a long and troubled relationship with its military. For almost half of its existence as an independent state, Nigeria was under military rule. Our democracy was severely weakened by the civil war and centralization of power during the military era. The conflict helped concentrate oil revenues in the hands of army officials and seeded a powerful, wealthy and often corrupt military elite. The dictatorships militarized Nigeria's political space and disrupted the flourishing of democratic institutions and culture.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria.
3 republics have been overthrown by military coups since independence in 1960, and 2 of the 4 democratically elected presidents of Nigeria's 4th Republic headed those military dictatorships. Some commentators say Nigeria is not currently a true democracy due to its entrenched corrupt political class, its dwindling electoral participation, popular suspicion of the ruling class, shrinking civil liberties, and weak democratic institutions. TVC had a chat with Amzat Lawal.
I don't get carried away by the noise on social media. But it's also important to recognize that voice and also try to reach out to them because, again, democracy is about dialogue. Most of them are first-time voters, and some of them, because their candidate did not win, they think, oh, because their candidate did not win, then, Nigeria should, stop. No, it doesn't work that way.
Given its history and its current trajectory, democracy is essential to the survival of the Nigerian nation. The military government was not more just, accountable or efficient than democracy, nor was it less corrupt. Given the recent resurgence of coup in Africa, especially in Nigeria's backyard.
People who drum the beat of war, they don't know where it will lead, so I don't blame them. And this is also an opportunity where I think that we need to teach more history. We need to make history more fun and have it translate in a way that would relate to this new and younger generation.
The theme of this year's International Day of Democracy is Empowering the Next Generation. The UN says it is to encourage young people to get involved in democratic processes so their voices should be heard. No doubt democracy is stronger when it delivers. Democracy has not yet delivered a considerable uplift in living standards for most Nigerians, but it remains the only system of government which can offer the hope of reconciling the extraordinary plurality of religion, ethnicity and political traditions of its large population. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
And let's turn our attention now to Lagos, where the state government has announced rehabilitation works on the failed sections of the 3rd mainland bridge to minimize inconveniences for motorists. The State Ministry of Transportation in a statement explained that the repairs would go on for 2 consecutive Sundays, that's September the 17th and 24th, between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on both days. And motorists from the Alakbere-Ogudu axis of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway route to Lagos Island would be diverted towards Gbagada-Oshodi Expressway. And also motorists traveling from Lagos mainland through Habat Macaulay Road towards Lagos Island will be diverted towards Maritala Mohammed Way to use Carter Bridge to link Lagos Island. Let's now turn our attention to health matters. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Ali Pate, has constituted an emergency task force to curb the diphtheria outbreak across 14 states, with Kano as the epicenter. The minister in a statement said the task force will operate in an emergency mode in order to forestall further spread to other states and protect the larger population. Co-chairing the task force will be the Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Faisal Shuaib, and the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Ifedayo Adetifa. The statement asks that the United Nations Children's Fund is supporting the federal government's response to the outbreak with 1.2 million vials of the tetanus diphtheria TD vaccine. And Mr. Ali Pate has also revealed that the federal government is committed to working with state governments and community leaders to ensure that every Nigerian child gets the life-saving tool of vaccines as well as treatment for other diseases. The health minister disclosed this during a visit to primary healthcare centers in Nasarawa State. And health correspondent Kemi Balogun has details.
This tour of some primary healthcare centers in Nasarawa State by the federal government and a team from the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization is part of efforts to put mechanisms in place and strengthen the system ahead of the phase-by-phase rollout campaign to reach zero-dose children. At the Etsukaru Palace in Nasarawa State, this gathering of government, global partners and traditional rulers are all in agreement that more needs to be done to ensure that there is a reduction in the number of zero-dose children across the country.
Vaccines work, and they're the most cost-effective tools. Among the most cost-effective tools, they're safe and they work, and they've protected many children from diseases like measles, like polio, diarrheal diseases, pneumonia. But there are still many children that we miss, and that we need to do more to ensure that we reduce those who are completely missed, the zero-dose children.
In order to demonstrate how his leadership has helped Nasarawa State came first when it comes to COVID-19 vaccination.
The potential is by 2030 to save 5.6 million people's lives. And that does not even exclude many other potential vaccines such as malaria that we can bring to this country.
Nigeria accounts for the largest number of zero-dose children in the world, with more than 2 million children still missing. Traditional leaders have continued to play a vital role in getting communities to key into health interventions through synergy with government and their communities, using advocacy, mobilization, and trust building.
We plan to further intensify the engagement of our religious leaders to facilitate access to eligible children for immunization and other primary healthcare services in security compromised areas. We in Nasarawa State are a bit lucky. We have very minimal of such places.
This kind of partnerships has helped to achieve success in tackling polio, and this campaign is expected to be no different. Kemi Balogun, TVC News, Abuja.
The World Food Programme has pledged to support the Tinubu administration in implementing its food security and zero hunger program under the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. World Food Programme country representative David Stevenson disclosed this when he paid a courtesy visit to the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betaredu. He applauded the plans of the minister in setting up humanitarian hubs in all the local governments across the country, adding that about $2.5 billion will be spent on the 2.1 million people already captured in a register to fight hunger and food insecurity.
You have been able to reach out to 2.1 million Nigerians. That's a whole lot, and we appreciate the hard work and efforts that must have gone into this because we have the challenges facing us, staring at us in the face, and we must provide solutions to them. That's what we're here for. Targeting both pregnant women, children under 5, school feeding of persons who are affected by humanitarian crisis, other persons of concern, including refugees that have found themselves within our space. We have over 80,000 persons as refugees presently.
We talked about zero hunger. We talked about the humanitarian hubs in every local government area in the country. We talked about the World Food Program's potential to support those hubs through buying food locally and also providing assistance in the cash transfer in the food voucher network that we have primarily been focusing on in the northeast of the country, but available to assist nationwide with the Zero Hunger campaign.
And the newly appointed Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation in Lagos State, Bolaji Dada, has assured residents of a better Lagos and expressed optimism on a better society. She also expressed state government's commitment in empowering women, adding that government will embark on capacity-building activities for women, men and youths as a means to curb unemployment. She said citizens will also be empowered towards self-reliance with a bid to achieving a viable economy.
It is indeed an honor to serve as the Commissioner for the Lagos State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. First and foremost, I would like to extend my profound appreciation to the he-for-she champion, a trailblazing excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Olushola Babajide Sanwo-Olu, for entrusting me with this vital role to serve and represent the women of Lagos State. We will work with relevant stakeholders, including NGOs, community leaders, and the private sector, to maximize our impact and reach the most vulnerable population.
And let's now take you back to education matters. In a bid to reposition the education sector, the National Senior Secondary Education Commission has proposed a national minimum standard that will serve as a benchmark for the establishment and operation of senior secondary education in the country. Executive Secretary, National Senior Secondary Education Commission, in a workshop